Students, the third session in the environmental law, that is the third module in the environmental law of PSM college, exclusively for the third year and 5-year law students, which is dealing with the water pollution related to the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. The water, it is a very precious as far as the survival of the human beings is concerned, as we know pretty well. So, the protection of the water and the water not to be polluted are both have to be adhered to. Why? Because water on one way, it should be scarcely used, and the governmental machineries and the governments that have to take care that the water in the rivers that has not been reached to the sea, and duly seeing that the water of various rivers is being diverted to the household and agricultural purposes. That is one aspect. And the second aspect, as far as the water is concerned, the water, which is a precious item, that should be protected free from the pollution. So, for which the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974 has been formulated. So, the 1974 Act has been formulated, and simultaneously in the year 1977, the Water Cess Act has been formulated, duly taking the note of the polluter pays principle. That Water Cess Act, that means whoever pollutes, whoever uses the water, they have to pay the cess. So generally you know pretty well, nowadays the hospitals are the more pollutants as far as causing damage to the environment. So, and at the same time, we in India, we had largely various lakes, various rivers, and that are to be protected. And with relating to the protection of these rivers and lakes, the boards, the state pollution boards occupy a pivotal role as far as the protection of the water from pollution. See, this aspect with relating to the water pollution concept, which is a part and a parcel as far as the environment protection is concerned. The water that has to be scarcely used and not to be polluted, and prevention is in the hands of the NGOs as well as the concerned public. But here in the 1974 Act, if any person who is aggrieved of any industrial concern with relating to that industrial concern is polluting the water, adjacent river, adjacent lake, that he has to get the concurrence of the state pollution board if at all he wants to file a suit in the court of law. That is one drawback that as far as this 1974 Act is concerned. So, as we know pretty well that this item, the scale water, is of very precious and scarce, that not to be polluted, and the polluter pays principle has also been largely affected. Whether the 1974 Act that has to be studied with the common concept with relating to the 1977 Act also. That is, whether the industry which is taking place, which is using, whether exclusively for the industrial purposes or any diversion is also there, that has to be taken care by 1977 Act. It is the 1977 Act which has to go through the aspects with relating to how the water that it is not out of place to mention in this water pollution the activities concerning with the shipbreaking activity that is being largely taken place in and around the seashores is polluting not only seawaters, but also the adjacent villages of the seashores who are living, mostly the fishermen who are living in the adjacent villages. Though the shipbreaking activity that is largely being affected, largely being run, especially in the state of Gujarat, and also the state of Andhra Pradesh is very wisely curtailed the activities of the shipbreaking some 20 years back, where some industries they want that the ships to bring to the seashores of the Kakinada and other areas, and they want to conduct the shipbreaking activity. So, once the shipbreaking activity that has been taken place, the entire creature of the waters of the sea waters that are being survival will not be taken place. And at the same time, the various activities that are being taken directly dealing with the sea waters is also causing damage to the water, which the survival of the fish and fishermen is being largely affected. So, it is the machinery, that is 1974 and 1977 Act, that they have to be strengthened so as to protect the water free from the pollution. So, may I request the students to write a short note on the water pollution. Thank you very much.